I think, surprising.
Only team with more points, the Anaheim Ducks, and they'll be here on Tuesday night. Point shot here by Ekblad, and Hutton able to make the save. And now only Jokinen with the puck. Here's Neal shooting. Luongo the save. Roberto was sharp on Thursday night. Panthers move 3-on-2. It's Bolin looking in front. Takes a shot, save. Oh, the rebound just away from Fleischmann. And that blue line so dangerous. Shea Weber with a wrister knocked down in front. Nystrom tried for the redirection and got a piece of it. Beck now. Luongo got a stick on that. Shea Weber overskated by Hayes. Kampfer lets fly. Knocked down at the circle.
Hey, Bukestad thought he had more time to go on the forehand.
Bukestad had that game-tying goal in the third period against LA.
Played in the Stanley Cup playoffs as a rookie. After the first season was not classified a rookie for that year. So the next year, but like you just said, I agree, his age is not going to be a benefit in terms of determining whether he should win it.
Hayes is in front, Bukestad chipped out of it, and Petrovic was jumping up, couldn't get a shot off.
Coming, and all they need now is to put one by Carter.
Barkov, Huberdeau! Knocked down in front, and Carter Hutton jumps out and makes the save. Talbot gave up with Lundqvist out of the lineup. That you think maybe the Rangers would have won that game if Henrik was playing. Peary with a steal. Peary fires save by Hutton with the mask.
Dick was in the skate of Brendan Peary, but there's a penalty. First power play.
Panthers control off the draw. Barkov to Hayes. Over to Bukestad, and Hutton makes the save. Jokinen in there. Peary digs it free again. It is a strong start for Brandon Peary here this afternoon.
Well, they're looking for him, and why not?
Chance in front here. Hutton the save on Peary again. It's knocked down by Smith. Otherwise, the Panthers might have had a golden chance, and now Forsberg is in. Forsberg on Luongo. Roberto with a glove save. And then another shot. It hit the post. It's loose in front. Chipped over the goal mouth by Forsberg. A trouble. Best chance of the game for the Predators. Fleischmann dances in and shoots. Stick save by Hutton. Fleischmann again. He's really been coming on the last couple of games. Campbell's shot deflected off the skate of Fleischmann. With the smooth skating to Josi. Sixth in the NHL amongst defensemen in scoring. Up ahead for Nystrom. Good Branson takes him out, but the Predators with a chance, and Luongo comes out to make the save there. Nystrom put it behind the Florida net. Beck trying to get a step. Puts it out in front. They save by Luongo. Oh, Roberto has come up huge late in the period. Picked up his play. Good to see out of the veteran winger Thomas Fleischmann. Cleared at center. Forsberg shoots. Blocked away. Moves it further along. Campbell trying to find it. Cullen does, and the save by Luongo. And Barkov able to get it to Boys, and the Panthers clear. Big stop there again by Roberto. Here comes Barkov. He lets fly. Ooh, good save there by Hutton. Ekblad as the Predators go for a change. Moves it up the center, stolen away by Bourque. Bourque is down the wing. Bourque is in. Luongo the save, the rebound. Bourque gets bumped by Jussi Jokinen. Nashville holds it in. Bourque shoots, glove save. Roberto Luongo, and he'll hang on. Campbell sent it back down the wall. Cullen blindly to the open ice. It's a turnover. Fleischmann is in. He shoots. Score! Flash! And Fleischmann stays hot, and he gives the Panthers the lead.
Well, he deserves it. He had some great moves, but this is what I can't understand. Cullen took a look, then spun around and still put the puck in the high slot, where it turns into an incredibly irresponsible turnover in the high slot area. I could see that there were two red jerseys there. He still made the pass.
Cullen puts it in front. Bourque shoots. Luongo makes a big stop on that goal by Thomas Fleischmann. Smith dances in over the Panther line with a shot. Luongo the save. The rebound cleared away by Hayes, and Bukestad's on it. Again up to center. This is Ekblad down the wing. Ekblad moving in. He falls down. He's tripped. It's a penalty. And then they try to stuff it home. Score! Ekblad!
getting a sense that maybe he's in competition with the other rookie candidate? Ekblad never lets go. He doesn't quit. There's no quit here. He gets knocked down, loses the puck, but you know what? He's not headed back to...
Josi now finally able to skate it out.
Now Seth Jones, the young defenseman, made a good play.
Luongo the save, and then Cullen ripped one. The Panthers got to get back. Forsberg moving in. And Ekblad blocked it away. Ribeiro was on the other side. Here's Forsberg shooting, and Luongo grabs it with a glove.
But up at this point, maybe wait for a Panther mistake. Try and stay within your system.
Bjugstad fires up high, the save by Hutton.
Stick to the waistline, always will be called.
They're set up here, and Forsberg's got the puck. Josi, along with Weber up high, so dangerous. Here's Forsberg, down low it goes for Neal. Luongo the save on James Neal. Portion of it by Dave Bolland. Now it's Jones, has a look, hammers one, and he scores. It's now a 2-1 game. Power play goal for Seth Jones.
The young second-year defenseman is starting to put it together. Seth Jones now has extended his streak of points to 4 games and his second goal, and that is a big one. What happens right here is that Roberto Luongo does not pick it up. It's
right spot.
Well, Nashville able to answer back, make it a 1-goal game. Barkov checks Josi. Huberdeau's got the puck, tries the wraparound, and Hutton makes the save. Brandon Pirri takes a shot. Oh, Hutton doesn't know where it is, and Hayes put it right through the goal mouth behind the goalie. Wow. Close call there. Campbell is in again. The drop for Pirri. Floats it on net, and Hutton will cover up. Strong shifts in the offensive zone.
Haven't they? I think each one of them, goalie, has had several.
Here it is again for McKenzie, trying to tee it up with a backhand. It's blocked away. Upshaw puts it in front. It comes all the way out. Deflected and chips over the net. Huberdeau again with Barkov. Barkov's got it. Sets up Boys with a blast. Hutton makes the save. And the net is dislodged. The pass comes to the line. Campbell nicely held it in. Here's Pirri. Waiting, holding, shooting, deflected in front. It's loose. Oh, and then a chance, and Hutton makes 2 stops. Pirri after it again.
At all, he let the play come to him.
And he finds Jokinen in stride. Here come the Panthers. It's Hayes on the wing. Let's fly. Saved by Hutton. The rebound cleared all the way down. But now they're on the man advantage again. Forsberg. UC Jokinen takes away. Got it to center. Played by McKenzie. Speeding in with Josi back. McKenzie gets a shot off Hutton. The six. So dangerous. Forsberg has it along the boards. Gives to Josi. Takes a shot. Knocked down in front. Here's Forsberg with a chance, and he scores, and we're tied.
You know what? When a youngster or a veteran is a natural goal scorer, he doesn't like being close to anybody. He wants to move into the open area. Watch number 9 as he moves over, top of your screen, gets in the open, moving towards the net.
Fleischmann cuts it off, flipped it up to the line. Fleischmann again, darts out to center, lead pass Bolland. Bolland is in, they're onside. Takes a shot, Hutton another save. His 29th. Campbell's got it. Quick little feed, Huberdeau. Now it's Barkov, trying to lose Gaustad. Barkov does. Barkov still with it. Ekblad hammers a one-timer right into the chest of, and then Huberdeau with a shot deflected into the corner.
See how a guy does it. He's actually pushed himself off of Weber.
The Branson got it to center. Loose in the Panther zone, Dave Bolland, along with Pirri. Smartly will just pin it to the wall. The Panthers get a point, the Predators get a point. Oh, and then Fisher with a little jab there on Goodbranson. Lead pass, Goodbranson. We're going end-to-end here in 4-on-4 overtime play. Loose in the slot, Huberdeau trying to win it, saved by Hutton. Goodbranson at the point. Pirri is now on the ice for Florida, along with Fleischmann. Fleischmann takes away, but he lost it to Bartley, who shoots. Glove save, Luongo. And here we go with Pirri. On Hutton, Pirri slows down, and he couldn't beat him. Cullen, the veteran, against the veteran Luongo. Cullen slows down, shoulder fakes, and he scores.
Little retribution there for Cullen.
Boy's one of the best in his career in the shootouts. Bearing down on Hutton, and he scores. He got it through. The faith paid off. Craig Smith for the Predators. Waiting in front to the backhand. Wow, that's a goal. They need a goal from Bjugstad. He bears down, lets fly, and he scores. He got it through. Oh, man. Luongo needs a save to keep the Panthers going. Josi from the left creeps in on goal. To the backhand, no. The poke check by Roberto. Interesting choice. Bolin 2 for 3 this year. He's had a couple of huge ones. He moves in and shoots, and Hutton this time made the save. This time they go with Forsberg to try and win it. On Luongo, Philip Forsberg makes the move, and he scores. And the Predators win the shootout.
You know, we often talk about how cool Ekblad is as a young, well, now 19-year-old. I don't know, does anybody notice any nerves on this Forsberg? And a different move than the one we saw in Nashville. A quick wrist shot between the legs that beat Roberto Luongo to win that game. Coming in from the right side as a right-hand shot. This time, he comes in from the other side, leaning more towards the center of the ice. Boy, I tell you, patience and confidence. Forsberg, the rookie,